Peace, Soul Tribe. Yours truly, Ivory Soul's Journey. Grand Rising, Osiyo. Great day. Good morning. Hopefully, everybody's having a wonderful or had a wonderful night. Night sleep, night rest. Mine was great. Morning conversations. We're going to, as they say, we're going to start turning it up a notch too. Give me a second here. We'll give y'all a couple minutes to come right on in here. See who's up. Let's see who's up. See who's up early in the morning. So I'm getting ready for work. Morning, Tiffany. How you doing? Getting up ready for work. Some getting up ready for school, getting ready to take the kids to school, cooking you a little breakfast. That's good, Tiffany. You doing like me. You're doing well. You're doing swell. That's good. This video is just for information, folks. Confirmation, clarification, entertainment, whatever you choose to call it. Take what resonates, folks. Ignore the rest. Always follow your divine intuition, especially when you're making life-changing decisions. If you're interested in a personal session with me, for those that are into the form of divination we call tarot, the email information is in the description box. If it's not just tarot, as a certified counselor, crisis counselor, substance abuse counselor, just hit me up. Let's talk about it. In this morning conversation discussion, man, I just hope people can just realize that Diddy saga is a distraction from a great agenda or revelation. And what's sad is I wouldn't be surprised if 8 out of 10 households is talking about 3 people right now. And that's Diddy, Trump, and Kamala Harris, of which all of them are puppets. And they have a puppet master. And their puppet master has a power or energy or source that's higher than their puppet masters. Y'all will probably call them the elites and globalists and just some dark ass damn people. What's going on, Cancerian girl? So there's a greater agenda, folks, a greater revelation that we're all going to experience. We're going to find out. We all going to know. But right now, they want y'all to be caught up and captivated. Look at how they allow this shit to happen. A year ago, in November, there was a lawsuit that went out against Diddy. But that lawsuit came from a group of people that Diddy was doing business with. And these people are globalist elitists, if you will, shot callers. Now, whether it's known or believed that the person that accused, and I don't like to call a lot of names, but the person that accused Diddy in that lawsuit, I'm sure y'all know who it is. That person, Diddy, paid $30 million a day later, because he know the handwriting was on the wall. And that's when money, for the first time, was not important to Diddy. He's trying to save himself. Hear me out, y'all. Prior to that lawsuit, word on the street floating around right now is that her attorneys was paid by this group that owns the largest liquor company, one of the largest liquor companies in the world. I'm not finna get ready to go and give y'all the backlog. It's enough information out there for y'all to research pertaining to this here. So why Diddy? Not only why Diddy, why now? Why now? If there's a group of people that I just don't fucking trust, and one of them groups I used to be a part of, but if there's a group of people that I don't trust, it's politicians, lawyers, and preachers. I'm about to start a series on my Facebook page exposing biblical lies. And as a former pastor and someone who has gone to seminary school twice, that's when I began in the mid-90s to ask questions while I was in seminary. Because, number one, I could not accept the fact that 2 Europeans is the reason why I'm here. I can't grasp that. I can't even fathom that no more. It's so far-fetched out of my consciousness that 2 Europeans is the reason why I'm being here. And the reason why I say 2 Europeans, because that's what they depict it as. So, politicians, attorneys, preachers. Let me tell y'all something. Diddy's lawyers is only after one goddamn thing right now. Money. They don't give two flying fucks about Diddy. That was a young brother that I had come to light. I supported him. We talked a couple of times. We kind of came on social media around the same time. I was on Facebook and Instagram. He was mainly on YouTube. Y'all know him as Young Pharaoh. And I remember sharing with Pharaoh once. I used to give that brother $100 a month. But not so much $100 a month for no reason. Because let me tell you something. Now that he has been exposed, when you fall from spiritual grace, not biblical grace, when you fall from spiritual grace, that means your guides, your ancestors, your spirit team, universe, source, God, spirit, has rejected you. Has rejected you. You don't have no more divine protection. What's up, Shamika? And Poised and Polished Nail Company. So my thing was, when I got on social media and I had that talk with young Pharaoh, and I told young Pharaoh, I said, Pharaoh, you do a lot of teaching. You have a lot of you use your PowerPoints. You have a lot of screens up there. I says, how about pulling out this board and start showing people, telling people, sharing with people where you getting this info from. And it don't have to just necessarily be a book, because the brother is a walking book. I used to tell Pharaoh, even in his live stream, because I was in a lot of them, and like I said, I supported the brother, and I talked to the brother a couple of times, and I told him, even then, he would come to my page and come to the lives just like others do. And I said, stop debating. Stop debating. And don't fall for the bait and the trap. And let me say this to y'all. When I say Diddy is a distraction from a great agenda or revelation, soon, okay, if I was to pull out my Bible right now, and it's just a book to me, it's a literary book. It's not a book of facts. It's a literary book. But if I was to pull that book out right now and go to Revelation, everything in that book of Revelation, I can show it to you in stone. I can prove to you that if there is such a thing that's called the rapture, judgment day, hell, and heaven, if there is such a thing, I can take that book out right now and prove that none of that is the origin. It's a story. That's why it's called a version. Version. A version. If you told me a story about animals, your pet, or animals, and then I took that story about animals and rewrite it, that's version number 2. And it's not going to be 100% authentic to the original story. Now there's 2 versions out there. One original. The second one is a version. So you have now over 500 different versions in different books of the same story. By the time it's all over with, folks, and in this here series that I'm going to start on Facebook, one of the first things that I'm going to start out with is the one thing that most people is waiting on. So we're going to deal with this rapture first. Because if I just carry this book around, when I was in seminary and we had instructors, we get to a certain point, especially in Genesis, and I began to ask questions to the instructor. And the damn instructor will always tell me, I'll get back with you on that, Mr. Ivory. I'll get back with you on that, Brother Ivory. I'll get back with you on that, Pastor Ivory. I'll get back with you. Shit. I'm still waiting on that instructor to get back with me. I don't need him now. Because you know what I did? I went to the library. Why am I talking like this morning? Because it's what I do. I can go to your public library in your neighborhood and take you by the hand like a child and take you straight to a section and prove to you in less than 9 minutes that not only is the rapture a lie, but Jesus Christ, as we was taught and told this story, read about it, told by our parents, never existed. At the Benjamin Hooks Information Center in Memphis, Tennessee, at the main library downtown Detroit, I've spent thousands of hours in the library before there was internet. Now, William Nelson Darby is an Irishman. He was born 1800, November the 8th or somewhere around in there. The fact that I can just remember these things lets you know how much research and time I spent in it. But in the 1830s, in 1830, the first version printed note, a radicalist. And this doctrine was inputted in the book that we call Thessalonian about the rapture. That's a new doctrine. A new doctrine. With 1830. That's 1,800 years after Christ was supposedly had died. Y'all talking about Diddy. Now, who is this damn Antichrist? What's this one world religion? Because at some point in time, your Bible ain't going to be no good to you. Whether they take it away or you experience what the whole planet is going to experience one day is a great awakening. I call it a forced awakening. This agenda, this revelation, is going to make Diddy's situation look like a family disagreement. And for the next 20 years, I'm telling y'all now what I know, not what I believe. what I know. As shit begins to come out about every damn thing and everybody, not just Diddy, you're going to find out. You're going to know the truth. You ain't got to get it from me. I can say you a few steps to the library. I can. One of the first things that I ever said on social media, the first question or the first post was the question: is there anybody else other than me that know that Jesus Christ, as we was taught and told, never physically existed in the flesh? And then I just left my device alone, went back doing what I was doing, come back a few hours later, and it just was crazy responses in terms of how many people agreed and disagreed. I don't worry about agreeing and disagreeing no more. I say what I'm saying. I say what I'm told to say. I say what I'm given to say. I say what I'm commissioned to say. And I leave it right there. I don't give a damn no more who believe. Let me tell you something. This Diddy distraction, man, shout out to Candace Owens. I don't agree with everything nobody say. But shout out to Candace Owens, because by the time before you get to your election, November the 5th, sister girl gonna pop some receipts on y'all. We're in this here spiritual awakening. And she might be a Christian. It doesn't matter. I don't trust politicians. I don't trust lawyers. I don't trust preachers. And I was once one. Is every preacher a liar? No. Are they teaching lies? Yes. Are they teaching lies unknowingly? Yes. Why? They don't want to research. But when you find out, I sat here Monday in my home watching this sister go to work, so to speak. I'm not gonna take no shine, no credit. I'm gonna wait until next week she's on vacation or she'll be traveling out of the country. But she said, I'll be back. And when she get back, I give it not this week coming up, the following week. And then y'all gonna find out. Here go another shocking revelation. Diddy is just a distraction. What about Kamala Harris? Why she want to lie and say who her parents and who her family is? Why she want to lie and say, quote unquote, I don't give a damn, but why would she even want to lie and say that she's black, knowing damn well she's not classified from a race standpoint as black? Distraction. That's going to come out. Hit that like button as y'all coming in here. Why is it that if this man lives, it's only because the globalist elites, the dark side, the dark motherfuckers, they want to utilize this moment because so many people like me know the truth about a lot of shit. The genie is out the bottle and they can't put it back in. So if they let him live, it's only because the man, the power of man that be, wants him to live to continue doing the work of what I like to call Pluto in the 10th house and 11th. Man, there's so much shit gonna be coming out between now and November the 19th. But get this here now, after November the 19th, I'm giving y'all a timeline. After November the 19th, y'all about to find out some stuff that's gonna have people shocked. You're gonna find out stuff about world leaders. You're going to find out stuff about politicians. You're going to find out stuff about religious leaders. You're going to find out things about religion. For the next 20 years, there's nothing but hidden being exposed. There's nothing but humanitarian crisis. There's not, I don't know, maybe I'm not the type of person that people like to tell these types of things or say these types of things. But for those of you who have followed this channel in the short time that I've been doing this here called quote unquote tarot channel, it's not a tarot channel. This is just my way of getting back in through the back door on social media after being banned for a few years. Censored, labeled as a BIE, Black Identity Extremist, that was introduced into law by yours truly, Barack Obama. That's why they banned Farrakhan and me and others, Dick Gregory, to where you couldn't use your own platform. You got to go use other folks' platforms. And then those other folks, then they censor them. They block them. They harass them. I've been telling y'all, humanitarian crisis. What you're seeing, let me read something to y'all. I want to read something to y'all. Hold on. Maybe if I read it, you'll get it better than me just saying it, right? Maybe, maybe not. We'll see here. Hold on. I'm going to read something to y'all. We're talking about shocking revelations and hidden agendas. The idea of the rapture, from my notes from my phone. The idea of the rapture is generally attributed to John Nelson Darby. In my book entitled Ivory Soul's Journey, simple as that. Life Beyond the Cross. I share this here information, but anyway, the idea of the rapture is generally attributed to John Nelson Darby, an Anglo-Saxon Irishman, a theologian. If you don't know what theologian is, it's just a study of religion. But anyway, who lived in the early 19th century. Darby's work helped popularize the concept among Christians who believe in the end times. Listen to me good. The end times. Time may end, clocks may end, but existence don't end. My ministry I started years ago was simply entitled End Times Outreach ministries. Anyway, the rapture is often connected to the book of Revelations. Listen, which is a series of visions of doomsday that some believe were revealed by John by God. The book of Revelation was probably written around 96 CE by a Christian, they say from Ephesus. That's not important, but who is known as John the Elder or John the Divine. The word rapture comes from the old French word, which means carried away. The rapture has been popularized. Now listen to me. I want y'all to listen to this here. Hold tight. Originating in the early 19th century with the works of dispensationalist theologian John Nelson Darby, it quickly gained popularity among end times oriented Christians. Now listen, let me go on and say this here. Hold tight. All right. So the rapture doctrine is one of the most recent new doctrines in the history of the church. The only doctrine more recent is the invention of the sinner's prayer for salvation by Billy Sunday, 1930, which was made popular by Billy Graham in 1935. The fact that John Nelson Darby invented the pre-tribulation rapture doctrine around 1830 AD is unquestionably true. All attempts to find evidence of this wild doctrine before 1830 has failed. So before 1830, there was no such thing as a rapture, folks. I'm trying to tell you, I'm reading to you. You can go Google this, look this dude up. Go to your public library. Let me put this down for a minute before I get all heated up. What bothers me is I have parents, grandparents, great-grandparents, and they swore by the fact that they would one day go to heaven, and if they are alive, that they would be caught up. And the sad part is, it's so far from the truth. Heaven is within you. The kingdom of heaven is within you. It's in the book. And to continue to see year after year after year, from a personal standpoint, family members who hold this here dear and believe it with everything in them, but nobody will go and do research. In the last 2 or 3 years of my dad's life, physical life, he said was the best years of his life. He said, man, son, I have sat here for a long time listening to you teach online. He'll say on your computer. To the point, man, you got me questioning things. Now you got me asking questions. I said, Dad, that's what you're supposed to do, man. Don't just take this book at face value. And the people that wrote the book wasn't even living when it was written. I said, Dad, if you was to die today, Are you 100% sure you're going to heaven? He said, I'm not God. I said, what do you mean by that? He said, I can't judge myself. Only God can judge me. I said, it's okay. So, is that where you want to go, Daddy? He said, yeah. I said, so if that's where you want to go and that's what you're living for, man, don't you want to know more about it? I says, because if everything that they're saying in this book, Daddy, is true, we should be able to prove these things without that book. There should be some physical evidence, Dad, somewhere on this planet that we can find and we can prove. I said, but there is no physical place, burial or birthplace of nobody in that book ever lived. Oh man, I can't accept that. I says, okay, then have you done your research outside of that book? Because that book, the people that they talking about in that book, man, I'm telling you, Dad, they wasn't living. So then I began to show him when this book and how that over a period of a couple of 100 years, this book was written. He was intelligent enough to not say I'm lying or doubt me. He was intelligent enough as an old man that could still read, that if I put something in front of him and he read it and he see it, he can make a sound decision now. So that's one person that all of his life, that's what he was told. But that's one person in my family that I can point to, and I can test to. When he left from here, he was spiritual. He knew he was a spiritual being. And to be a part of his transformation, his ascension, was powerful. It's almost like I helped prepare somebody's mind to think and to research, because soon these distractions with Diddy and politics and religion and all this other shit that we talk about on social media, soon you getting ready to see some shit. You ain't gonna have to worry about believing. You ain't gonna have to worry about reading. You ain't gonna have to worry about somebody telling you. Everybody, and I ain't talking about every eye shall see and every tongue shall confess and every knee gonna bow. I ain't talking about that shit. That ain't gonna happen. But within these next 20 years, you're gonna see some shit. And it's gonna convince you. So if they lied to us about this thing, what else would they lie to us about? These Diddy distractions, it lets me know we got a long ways to go. Why Diddy? Why now? We're in the middle of a damn election, man's election, this country's election. In the middle of an election, and people talking about Diddy. If these other folks, politicians, other leaders, other people around the world, entertainers, athletes, these people are truly exposed It's because of Pluto. It's because of the universe. It's because of spirit. It's because of source. It's because of God, if you will. And when you say God, I always ask people which one. But we're about to see some things. That you ain't gonna even be want to talk about no goddamn Diddy. You're about to see some things. You ain't gonna want to know nothing about no damn Democrat or no Republican no more. You about to see some shit. I'm gonna read something else to you. Distractions. Hold tight. Okay, hold on. Prior to 1830, no church, nowhere on the planet, Catholic Church, no church. Prior to 1830, no church taught in their creed, their catechism, or statement of faith. Prior to 1830. It gained more popularity in 1948 when Israel became a state. I don't even want to deal with them damn folks. Hold on for a minute. Them are not God's chosen people. In fact, they just like they say in Revelation, synagogue of Satan. Anyway, the Warford, located 2 miles east of the Big Pigeon River. The Big Pigeon River is a Native American name. Hold tight. On the Big Pigeon River, 2 miles east of the Big Pigeon River, a strategic crossing used by the Cherokee Nation. In August 1782, General Charles McDowell of Burke County, North Carolina, raised an army of 500 mounted militant from the Morgan district. Listen to me, folks. To cross the mountains. Colonel John, the army of the same number from Washington District or Washington, D.C., and subdued the Indians, the Cherokees, the native, my folks, who aided with the British during this 3-month campaign, one of the final skirmishes of the Revolutionary War fought at this site. Hold on. Give me 1 second here. I shared with y'all about the Catawba Nation. And these are native Cherokee people. Isa, or Iswa, are a federally recognized tribe of Native American known as the Catawba Indian Nation. A nation, not a tribe. Their current lands in South Carolina and North Carolina on the Catawba River near the city of Rock Hill or Asheville, North Carolina. Why is that important? Because it's one of the indigenous Indian tribes or nation that settled the Carolina Piedmont over 10,000 years ago. Y'all got me? We ain't talking about no 1700s and 1600s and 15. No. I said over 10,000 years ago. They hunted and farmed their ancestral lands in the Piedmont area of North Carolina and South Carolina. The Catawba Nation were once one of the most powerful tribes in the Carolinas. Now listen to this here. Watch this here. Just one more second here. Donnie don't even want me to have it now. Look at this shit. I don't care. I'm going to show y'all some photos. Listen. I'm going to say this here and I'm going to say it again. Diddy is just a distraction. Kamala Harris is just a distraction. Donald Trump is just a distraction. Politicians, religious leaders, religion is just a distraction. Of a greater revelation. Within the next 20 years, if I'm still here physically, there will be no America. Did y'all hear me? Next 20 years, churches will be empty. Did y'all hear me? Mosques will be empty. Did y'all hear me? Temples and shrines will be empty. Did y'all hear me? Why? Because what people are about to see, hear, know, experience is going to shock the entire world. And this country will never be the same. I'm not some doomsday teacher. I come here, I've been saying the same thing and teaching the same and sharing the same information since I left the church in 1999. And for 5 years, I've gone through so much shock and awe. I've found out so much information on my own. When I hear people talk about it now on the internet, it brings a big smile to my face. I get cold chills sometimes because we're the generation that's getting ready to experience what real truth is. The revolutions, the uprisings, the civil unrest, civil war, whatever you want to name it or call it, is coming. The bombs falling. What you just witnessed last Friday, a week ago, and with that hurricane, by the time that hurricane got up to the Pigeon River, it was a tropical storm. A tropical storm has never caused such damage and destruction. A tropical storm. There's a spiritual side to this. It's always first spiritual, then natural. Not first natural, then no, first spiritual. As above, so below. And I'm going to give my ancestors credit because, oh my goodness, when you think about the impact of that storm making landfall in the Gulf Coast, in the Florida Panhandle, coming up through Georgia, by the time that storm got up to, that's where you should have seen streets. That's where your large bodies of water at. You talking about whole entire towns gone. And all of these towns is where my families, my ancestral families owned this land for over 10,000 years in that area. You got to realize the Cherokee Nation, the Creek, the Seminoles, the Iroquois, these were nations. America is not a nation. It's a republic. It's not a nation. It's a republic. Republic comes into existence by documentations and signings and treaties and shit like this. And I'm going to give my ancestors credit because in 1959, that's not a long time ago, the last remaining 500 and some people of that land, the descendants, after their folks and their families and their ancestors and their parents have been there for over 10,000 years. You got to believe me, I just read it to you. You can research it. And they moved them to join forces with the Cherokee Nation in South Carolina. Totally extinct, killed tens of thousands. Tens of thousands murdered. I just read to you straight from their historical landmark posts. They strategically went in there and killed damn near everybody. Before then, when they first got there, those settlers, these European settlers, when they got there, they brought all kind of disease. And a lot of these people, these natives, they died because of these viruses, these diseases that these people brought there. Now, all of a sudden, everybody, look at what's going on. North Carolina, North Carolina, North Carolina, North Carolina, East Tennessee, all of this here. All of this. Everybody done jumped on the bandwagon feeling some type of way. But ain't no bang said shit about what happened and how they got there, these settlers. They don't want to tell you this. They want to tell you all about discovered. They ain't discovered shit. They want to say incorporated. They went in there with a war, with soldiers, and killed thousands. And I really will always accept and believe that the shocking revelation that people are seeing what's going on in North Carolina and East Tennessee and Western North Carolina has a lot to do with my ancestors. When you die, that's physical. You stop breathing. You ain't dead, you just stop breathing. You got a ka and a ba, you got a soul and a spirit. That doesn't die. If I physically leave from here right now, you can bet your bottom dollar if I wanted to come back, I can come back. And a lot of my ancestors has come back. And a lot of this shit that's going on right now, a lot of this exposure, this is your ancestors. These are my ancestors. They're saying enough is enough. And these sick ass damn people, now people realize, all of you folks out here, you Democrats and you Republicans, let me tell you something. Don't matter who in office. The shocking revelations that's about to come. You gonna wish you ain't never knew a Democrat or a Republican or a Christian or a Muslim or a Jew or a Catholic. We suffer because we forget. We've forgotten. We don't want to know our history and our ancestors. So our ancestors said, okay, so y'all want to support these same damn people that slaughtered us. And now you want to call on their gods to help you? Now you realize that you don't own shit. And it ain't just because of the white man. Your ancestral parents on this land is pissed at us. That's why we struggle and suffer. And that's why they seemingly getting wealthier and wealthier. All this shit's about to change. Because there's a measure, a group, a few of us who ain't going with that shit no more. We don't believe that shit no more. So now our ancestors are speaking through us. The few of us. That's saying, okay, ancestors, I'm not worried about no fucking bullet. I'm not worried about physical death. I'm going to tell y'all a story. Tell me what to say, and I'm going to say it. Yeah, I say some shit sometime. You ain't going to find it in no books because my ancestors didn't have that English language. They didn't have these damn books. I just told you before 1830. There was no such thing as no rapture. And that's what every Christian is waiting on. Either to be raptured, caught up, go back somewhere with this dude named Jesus, or they want to get, they think that they go, all these damn folks, fucking sinners. So you gonna dodge the tribulation that they call it. And then people like me, I'm supposed to be here and struggle and suffer during the tribulation while y'all go away, all the sinners now. I'm not no damn sinner. I'm not worried about no heaven or no hell. I laugh at that shit now. P. Diddy, Kamala Harris, Donald Trump, T.D. Jakes, and anybody else. If you can get these people out of your head and quit talking about them. Quit talking about them in terms of giving them power and glory. They ain't no goddamn body. and start talking to your ancestors. You don't know who your ancestors are? Talk to your parents that you chose to come here and their parents. And eventually it's going to take you back and you're going to be like, wait a minute. There is no Christianity. Those of us who dare speak for your ancestors, they're going to protect you. I ain't worried. Until it's my time to transition, I'm not worried about a motherfucker killing me. I'd have been shot at too many damn times. Get in line. So I'm not worried about physical death. I'd have been attacked so much until that shit tickles me now. And from time to time, I do show a little mercy. I'm going to return your energy. But I might tell my guys sometime, show them a little love. Don't kill them. Don't lock them up. Don't let them be walking around the street out of their damn mind, talking to their goddamn self. Show them a little love. But there's times that I can't control what the spirit realm does. I am so comfortable with the fact that I know what I know. And this agenda that's heading to the masses, not me. These distractions that's hidden to the masses, not me, is soon going to be exposed. It's going to come to the surface. I'm not happy that nobody in North Carolina died. I'm not jumping up and down. That's what they get. That's what they get. No. What I'm happy about is my ancestors said we're going to do what we're going to do. And the ancestors take, like Dick Gregory say, hurricane, that's a woman, a melanated woman. And how my ancestors can take a tropical storm with rain and to just change the whole landscape of entire counties. Because those people, they are the descendants of the people that slaughtered them and took their land. The most corrupt government, to me, on this planet is America's government. In America, it's going to have to face its karma. This government is going to end, folks. And between the universe, spirit, source, My ancestors, it's time to whoop ass and take name. And I ain't got to do shit but sit back, drink my coffee, drink my tea, and watch all this shit unfold. I had a reader in my closing. I had a reader. Y'all getting ready to find out. I'm not just talking about for me and other folks on the internet. No. They gonna come to y'all. It might be breaking news. Hell, everybody's snitching now. The damn Pope is snitching. Putin snitching. And it's getting ready to come a time that everything that I've been sharing and others is about to come to fruition. It's about to come to light. So Pluto's bringing it to the surface, so to speak. I don't care how they build that shit back up. It not only is not never going to be the same, but they're going to come back, my ancestors. And the next time it's going to be worse somewhere else in America. Watch and see. At some point in time, I think about over the past 300 years, they might say 400 years, I think about all of the people on this land that was murdered, slaughtered, raped, stripped of their way of thinking, stripped of their spiritual system, stripped of their land. Tens of millions. And they got the damn nerve to talk about what these people is doing to Israel when these people are simply their descendants like me. They're like, nah, we know what happened. My grandma, my granddad, or my mom or my told us y'all took our shit. And we're not going to stop until we get it back. But that's their karma, those Arabs in that area. Because why? They took it from another group of people who took it from another group of people. And the further back you go, I'm just going to tell you the truth, the darker the people get. This is not a European nation. This is an indigenous nation. This is a melanated nation. It's a Niji nation. And the spirit of our ancestors are rising up again. And this time around, they are glad that there are few of us like me that they can trust to say shit without fear or reservation. I don't give a damn they ban me, put me in jail, Facebook jail. I done been in Facebook jail so much till they gave me a free get out of jail free card. I done been banned from YouTube. This channel started in 2014 for music reasons. This channel. Go back and look at it. It'll tell you. So where the fuck is this man been since 2014? Banned? Blocked? Because they know I'm going to still say the same damn thing every damn time I get it. An opportunity. With no fear, no reservation. No sugarcoat, straight raw, uncut, unedited, no green screen, no editing, straight live, uncut. And all of the tens of thousands of people that used to come to my channel on Facebook, Instagram, and even started right here, they took all that shit away. I don't give a damn. Start from scratch. This right here started with what? One person. And they've been blocking me ever since, because every now and then they say he gonna fuck up. He gonna come back. He gonna start telling people shit. Oh, we see what he doing now. He using tarot as an excuse. I ain't using tarot as an excuse. Tarot was given to me, and not the Western civilization version of tarot. That's why, as I read energy, them cards, a lot of times I don't even want to pick them up. I pick up tarot. I rather deal with oracles, my oracle cards and oracle cards, if I'm gonna use cards, because the tarot meaning to a lot of these cards is based on Western civilization divination. That's why you just can't believe everything that you hear readers tell you to do or what's going to happen. You shouldn't even have to have a card. If you have the gift, you should be able to tell people something. And it happens without a card. Whether it's family, former friends, or even the ex, it doesn't matter. I done been attacked. They don't want me here. They don't want me exposing. They don't want me exposing lies and telling the truth with receipts. %90 of my clients are Christians. Why? Because they only believe. They don't know. They can't get what I tell them from their religious leaders, their community leaders, their political leaders. They can't. They can't go. Ain't too many people talking about the only way that you will be able to really grasp and get a hold of your life purpose here now. You got to know what happened in the past life and previous lifetimes. That way you can identify these people in your lifetime, in your human experience, this lifetime, what lessons you got to learn, and who are these karmics? Who are these people? Who are these entities that's trying to stop you and block you, that wants you to be just in this energy of always trying to overcome people, overcome shit, dealing with bullshit. Motherfucker ain't never cheated on me. Motherfucker done went somewhere else and did something else. You ain't nobody never cheated on me. Not in my eyes, not in my book. Grown folk do what grown folk gonna do. I'm worried about no goddamn cheater. A cheater? Nah. I'm worried about that shit no more. And let me tell y'all something. Don't be shocked when you start hearing names coming out with this P. Diddy situation. If they let him live. The only reason why he would die is because they want him to die with that lie, with the truth. They don't want him exposed. Diddy is in Death Card Pluto classic energy right now, folks. He's going through a spiritual awakening, a dark night of the soul. And if he do the work while he's behind bars, for a measure of time. If it is meant for him to be here physically and tell his story and expose, he first has to go through this here dark night of the soul, folks. I'm telling you, this life review. And if he makes it through that before his trial date, it's only because the universe, source, spirit is allowing him to tell it. And when you start hearing names, damn the list that they got. P. Diddy got names that ain't even on that goddamn list. He can tell you shit. He a scapegoat, y'all. He's a sacrificial lamb right now, if you will. And if they let him live, you gotta realize who's in control of his life right now. Spiritually, there's a higher power if he's still alive. And this 3D is the criminal justice system. And you think the criminal justice system in America is going to give that man a fair trial? Hell fucking no. So right now, a lot of people finna die. A lot of people finna die. The ancestors ain't bullshitting. All of us don't have the same. I don't have the same ancestor as some other folks, even in my family. You got two families. All of us don't have the same ancestors. The ancestors on this land, if you claim in this land, your ancestors on this land, they gonna have the last damn word with America. I promise you. If you ride with the ancestors on this land, knowing that you didn't come off no boat and your folks didn't come off no boat from Africa, your ancestors gonna fuck with you. You are your ancestors. And that's where we are, folks. $19 breaks down to a 10, a 1 and a 0. And by November the 19th, ending, new beginning. It's getting ready to get ugly. It's like it's gonna be like every day, something new. You finding out something new, and it's gonna go all the way back. You're gonna find out something new every day. And it's gonna go all the way back. The lies being exposed about this nation, its leaders, and their religion. Christianity is not you. It wasn't for you. It's a cult. It started as a cult, and it will end as a cult. The universe don't give a damn about what we believe. The agenda. The shocking revelations that's about to come is going to change people's lives forever. I'm not talking about Diddy. Diddy is a distraction. It's about to go down, and I can't wait. I'm excited. Let this look. Don't fear death. These evil ass people, listen to me good, y'all. They will sabotage Five of Sword energy. They will sabotage this country before they give up power. However, your ancestors, just like they did in their little storybook they called with Moses and Pharaoh, at some point in time, Pharaoh told Moses, what? Get your people, man, and get the fuck out of here. I'm tired of these damn flies. I'm tired of this damn diseases. I'm tired of death. I'm tired of all of your little magical shit that your God is doing, whatever your God is doing. Look, I want him to stop. Get your shit and get on out. America gonna be the same thing, but they ain't gonna tell us to get our shit and get out of here. I really believe that there's going to be an ethnic cleansing, a spiritual ethnic cleansing. That means that people that looks like me and you, we're gonna be caught up in this bullshit too. Why? Because we worse than the white man, if you will. A lot of us is worse. We've caused more problems under their coat, under their spell to each other than they have caused to us. They flipped the script. Now we get pleasure and joy in terms of killing each other, lying to each other, betraying each other, stealing from each other, doing spare work from each other, whatever. We're doing it to ourselves. This shit's about to change. We'll see y'all later on. Diddy is just a distraction. There's a bigger agenda and revelation that's about to be exposed. Peace and blessings.